Well, good afternoon. I'm Father David. Thank you for joining me today for Disciple Time as we are kind of asking the question 100% and then some. Take a look at this soccer player. He looks like he's kind of hurting, doesn't he? Well, I'm going to talk about that a little bit today. See, God does want our best. And in our reading today from the book of Wisdom, we see in Wisdom 2:23, God formed man to be imperishable. The image of his own nature, he made them. Now, if we accept the fact that we're made in God's image, and if we understand that God has given each of us unique gifts and abilities to use for Him and for others, then we should take some time, I think, to figure out what those strengths and gifts and abilities are and really reach our full potential, like this more well balanced soccer player who's not about to just keel over, but he's really enjoying the game here. The idea is we need to stop settling, though, for mediocrity and the bare minimum of what we can accomplish and really meet our full potential. So, I coached rec soccer for a long time as my kids were growing up. And at one point, I kind of adopted an unhealthy conclusion, right? And it's this, and I know it's a little controversial, but at the time, I thought that we really needed to stop this whole thing about giving participation trophies. Because this is what I thought. Champions wake up early, they work hard, they put in extra hours of practice, they show up with focus. When everyone else is goofing off, they give 100% and then some, and they leave everything they have on the field, and guess what? They win and they gain the victory. Victory over their mind's desire to quit and be lazy. Victory over their body's complaints of discomfort. After all, if you push through it, you'll just get stronger, right? Victory over the lure and enticement of all the stuff that they could be doing besides practice, because it's all about soccer, right? Victory over the vices that would mess up their athletic diet and shortchange their training, no matter what social events they might miss out on. I used to think that taking these kids, right, who never show up to practice, never give not even 70% effort on the field. They skip weight training day, they skip cardio day, they skip drill time, they don't memorize the coach's plays, they don't even care if the team they play on has enough people to field the game, right? We're going to take these kids as a society. At the end of the season, we're going to call them up and give them a trophy. Why? And then this is what I used to think. Why? So their moms and dads can take a few cute photos and say, look, my kid plays soccer. Well, you know what the problem was with that thinking as I thought about it, is it puts the will to achieve and the will to win above every other aspect of life. And I think because of that, I was kind of a mean coach, right? Um, as I read the gospel today, Jesus says something that kind of crossed me in a weird way. But one of the things I want to point out is, as a coach especially, if any of you guys coach out there, there's other things, okay, besides winning rec soccer, all right? Sometimes community is more important than victory. Sometimes the camaraderie and the social interaction that the kids have on the field and the joy of having their parents out on the field and with them watching is more important than achieving, 10 goals in a game. So sometimes our will to win and achieve just overpowers everything and can really be a stumbling block. But look at what the gospel here says, right? In Luke 17:7 through 10, we read this. Suppose one of you has a servant, plowing or looking after the sheep. Will he say to the servant when he comes in from the field, come along now and sit down to eat? Won't he rather say, prepare my supper, get yourself ready, and wait on me while I eat and drink, and then after you may eat and drink? Will he thank the servant because he did what he was told to do? So you also, when you have done everything you were told to do, should say, we are unworthy servants. We have only done our duty. Now, as I thought about this, I thought, this is not some parable really about unfair treatment of a servant or a demanding boss or working yourself to death. I think this is Jesus pointing out that kingdom workers should not be satisfied with the bare minimum, with mediocrity, right? So we see there's a need to have a balance, right? On one hand, we could elevate the will to accomplish and achieve and win so high that we stumble in other areas of life. But we also don't want to give so little effort that it costs our team and robs us of reaching our full potential with the gifts and abilities God gave us. So there's a good balance of kind of trying to come to your full potential, but not destroying your life in the process for this crazy hardcore desire, right? And this is why, when we want to lose weight, we hit the gym 5 times a week, but I take the weekends off. I don't eat a lot of snacks, but at my kid's birthday, I will have the cheesecake. This is why we meet about marketing and volunteers and small groups and outreach, because we are made in God's image. We do have gifts and abilities, and we do care, right? Our investment in God's kingdom building enterprise is not an afterthought. We're not showing up to this with mediocrity in mind. We're in it to win it with adult ministries, with youth ministries, with the monastic orders, with centering prayer, right? We are giving God our best because he wants our best and we're made in his image, but not to the point that we sacrifice what he's also called us to do with our family, with people in our community, and with other aspects of our life in a holistic manner. So what is the application for today? I think it's this. Whatever you feel called by God to do, give it your best. Develop your full potential, but stay balanced in the process so you don't end up like this poor guy who looks like he's about to die on the field because he's given way more than he needs to be given. Well, thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you next week.